Bo Nickal has been getting a lot of criticisms for his win over Paul Craig at UFC 309. I asked UFC fighters their thoughts on Bo's performance in the latest edition of MMA Pros React.
Yeah, that's trash. Yeah, that Bo Nickal, man, he should have went to what he known best, and that was the wrestling. But obviously, Paul Craig, having some good jiu-jitsu off his back, I guess he just didn't want to test that, and he just wanted to see what his striking was like. But he definitely got exposed on his feet that he definitely don't know what he's doing when it comes to that. And I feel like, if he learned up or cleaned up his striking a little bit more, he could have got Paul Craig out of there. He could have knocked out Paul Craig, but it is what it is. He still got room to grow, and I feel like there's a lot of things that he needs to mature on before he try to fight some of the best guys in the world. That's just my opinion.
It's just kind of like for Bo, it's like he's in a tough spot. Like he goes out there and smokes the guy. It's like, oh, Paul Craig sucks. But Bo goes out there and has the fight that he has. It's like, you're boring. You're not very good. It's like Bo fought a smart game plan. Like he is an incredible wrestler. I myself would have liked to see him go for the grappling, go for the takedown, get the fight to the mat, make things interesting. Let's see how good Bo's jiu-jitsu is and his grappling is against the guy and Paul Craig, who's got an incredibly dangerous bottom game. But could you blame him for wanting to stay out of Paul Craig's wheelhouse? I don't. I think that he fought a very smart fight. While it wasn't like the most appealing fight to the fans, you got to go out there and win, man. You got to go out there and win by any means necessary. And pleasing the fans doesn't always get you that win bonus. So good on Bo to go out there, stick to a game plan, get the dub. He's still developing. I think that him being able to go 15 minutes and force himself to stand is only going to make him grow a lot. I loved his post-fight interview talking about development. And I think that the next time we see Bo Nickal, I think he's going to silence a lot of those naysayers and he's going to get back to his finishing ways. So I'm still on the Bo Nickal hype train. I still think the guy's going to be a future champion.
I think the same thing. I feel that Bo tried to like prove people that he can box and be stand up, but Paul Craig was just mixing a little bit more weapons, a few knees that he put there, the kicks, the punches. I think he was managing the distance a lot. And I don't think Bo was scared of jiu-jitsu or nothing. I think it was just that he wanted to prove people that he can like fight, but it was the wrong person. Craig was controlling really good. And my personal opinion, I got Craig winning, but I mean, cage control. There's a lot of things that like once I see the fight back, I start seeing on Bo Nickal. But I don't know, bro. Controversial for sure.
Overrated, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Paul Craig's is dangerous on the ground, and he didn't want to go there, but test it out. You know what I mean? Take him down. Let's see what you got. You got to put yourself in certain situations to see if you got better in him. You know what I mean? Like, if you know he's going to go for a submission, take him down and stay away from the submission, ground and pound.
I don't know. He wasn't himself. I don't know. He didn't really, usually just go out there and just rush people, But I felt like a very good guy, and the guy was game. So he didn't want to shoot it on the guy because the guy was more like a jiu-jitsu guy. So I felt like it was kind of like a back and forth, like you go, I go, you go, I go. It wasn't the Bo Nickal fight everybody was thinking that was going to happen or what they're going to get to see, so.
I was really kind of surprised with how hard people were booing. That one also kind of went how I thought it was going to go. I thought Paul Craig was an interesting matchup because you don't want to really take him down because that's where he wants to be. He wants to do some jiu-jitsu against you. So I think Bo did what he had to do to get the win. You know what I mean? Like it can't always be like this big dominant fight. And I think Bo looks really good against people. Like his striking usually looks a lot better because people are so worried about the takedown. I don't think Paul Craig was worried about the takedown. So that's why it was kind of stagnant on the feet. But I think Bo did what he had to do. And that's actually a pretty big win for someone I think he's only like 6-0 or 7-0 now. So I didn't really understand what people were expecting, but I thought it was a pretty good win.
Yeah, I think he's not going to be the happiest with that performance too. Is he happy that he got a win? Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's the same thing as like that I'm on. Even though I'm 10-1 in the UFC and I'm still growing, so even though I think that
I have all these things like, oh, I'm pretty dialed in because I have been able to finish guys and I have been able to show up and take advantage of every moment. There's still moments in there where we're not going to do the highlights because we're growing, and I think he's growing too. So yeah, I think I definitely think that he was a little bit more timid in there. He's not happy about that. He's not necessarily excited about how he won, and he's going to go back to the gym and look to improve so that when he comes back, he can be better than that. So for me, it's like, man, every fight's not going to be as great. Every fight's not going to be as fantastic as we want it to be.